interesting because I do a lot of research, I do a lot of reading. Peace, love, and light, everybody. And these messages, those that many are getting, I wonder if it's from Inky. Because a lot of them go back to King James, and many people don't realize that the King James, well, it has been altered, but it's based off the Sumerian tablets, and that the old God and the new God and the fallen one and all that is about a new and Inky and Enlil. We keep circling back to that, right, with their descendants, which is Osiris, Isis, Set, Anubis, the Hathors, and it goes on and on and on, right? So in the Garden of Eden, that was Enlil. I mean, not Enlil, I apologize, it was Enki. They gave humanity consciousness, free will, and to get out of the slave mind, if you will. And that was inserting the RNA, if you will, into humanity, because it's a sit you down moment when you realize that the Sumerians made us. They say God made us in his image, right? That would be Enki. Tells you in all the books. But people have a really hard time grasping that. And I'm not saying divine creator of all that is isn't real, because that's very real and it's very loving, and we come from so much love. But I just find these messages that are interesting that people are getting about these warnings of I sit here like, I wonder if that's Inky. Because Inky would send in messages to us, because Inky was the one that created us and made us. Um, and Lil was as well. And it goes back to they felt betrayed. So that would be like, what happened? Oh, Anu threw down Inky, right? Fallen, which you call Lucifer, right? And I'm not talking Satan, devil, evil crap. That's not what I mean when I'm talking about Lucifer. Um, at all, actually. What I'm talking about is how they've labeled what a fallen one is here. Again, these are just my theories and thoughts on things and things I've read, and I do a lot of research on stuff. Um, that would be considered fallen. You went against, Enlil went against, I'm sorry, Inky, I keep getting them confused. Inky to them went against them. But they keep, they don't understand or didn't want to understand that Inky had a dream vision, again, from the Most High God. No matter who gave the message to Inky, it still was from the Most High God on how to make the ark, to save humanity, to save the animals, to save, the DNA. That's why the 2x2, that's for a reason, to procreate, because Inky instilled his RNA in us so that we could procreate. We were missing that piece along with consciousness, so that we weren't an animal type of being, so that we weren't the slave, even though we're in a slave system, because we are. Um, that's why I posted about Inky, and I talk a lot about Inky because I feel that's who they're talking about when they say, Morning Star fell. We come from love, so it's not like Morningstar got kicked out because he was a shitbag, or maybe he was trying to overthrow things, which would, to me, would be Enlil, to be honest with you, because Enlil was trying to overthrow things. Enlil wanted it his way. Enlil is that, I'm God and nobody else is, and in that narrow-minded thinking. If you're doing the research and you're really reading, instead of just reading King James Version that has been watered down and rewritten, and they left all the divine feminines out of that one, so we can't forget it. Well, you can forget about it, that's fine, but I don't. So we are in this time, and you will remember, or you just won't. I don't know. I don't know if there's an in between with that, because you are made of them, and it's a sit you down thing. It really is, because most people are thinking it's this invisible thing that just made us, and because you're reading a book that left out a part that the Old Testament has to do with Enlil, and the New Testament has to do with Inky and the new, and all of them. They left all that out. They use words like Lord and God. Well, how many lords and how many gods? Right? And then when you get into reading the Sumerian tablets, which all your Bibles are based off of, you start understanding, oh, this is how the calendar was made, and this is where time came from, and this and this and this, and then you have the Pleiadians, because Pleiadians had a war with them too. And not all Anunnaki are negative either. You know, it's just like people. They go off in their own factions and want to do shitbag things, and other people don't. It's no different. It's just on a larger scale, except for here's the thing. They made us more divine than them, if you will, and they are nervous that we will awaken. That's why they've been keeping us asleep, because some of the Anunnaki faction actually went together with the Dracos to keep enslavement here, and to keep us suppressed, because we are a threat to them, you know, realistically, unless, you know, and this is for those who've been, you know, you understand, you've been doing the research, or just you feel it, and you know it, because it's a feeling and it's a knowing as well, because you're waking up, because they're here. Yes, they've always been here. Some of them haven't. They've left and now they've come back. Hence, Nibiru is a big mothership, and it is. A lot of these things, I mean, there's a zillion ships in the sky. There's huge sphinx, there's pyramids in the sky, there's dragons in the sky, there's all kinds of stuff in the sky. So anyway, I just wanted to come on real quick and talk about that. That's why, like, I post a lot about Inky, to understand who Inky is, because Inky was the one that made us. You know what I mean? So, hey, Faith. So I just wanted to touch base real quick, in between, like, some things going on, and I will come on later. I definitely will be on later. And we're in this time, and this eclipse is interesting, because be careful, all right? You do what you want. Be careful. I feel how I was shown, and you know, whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know. The Enlil will be walking the earth. I keep seeing that it's Enlil walking, because he's the Naviv, or I don't know how to say that properly. That's who that is. That's why I post the things I do, because most people, I feel they're in the, I don't know, I'm not most people, but like, when people are reading this, they're not seeing the Sumerians. They're seeing whatever they see, instead of we're talking about the Sumerians, because the Sumerians have returned along with Anubis, Set, the Battle of Horus and Set. We're still in the middle of all that. Atlantis, right, with Thoth and Ra, because Ra is here. The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. We're in that. And it's a changing of the guard. It's a battle of that right now. It's a huge battle of that. So with this eclipse, this comet, I kept getting a poison ivy. I'm just going to put it that way. You use your own discernment. If you want to be out there in all the glory, and that's fine. But I post things for a certain reason, for those who feel it in their soul and resonate with what I'm talking about. If you feel this is a wonderful time, that's great. I don't get the woman fuzzies from this particular eclipse at all. I'm no fear or anything like that. It just, you have to understand there's a lot, or you don't, but there's a lot of moving parts to this that have been unbeknownst to many. As far as if you're in a bunch of crowds, you know, you don't know. It's interesting, because we're on this topic of having empathy, right, in school, and also inhalants. That's another topic. I find no coincidence with this stuff. You know, I pay attention. I'm deep, man. I'm really deep. And I see and I understand deep. I don't understand everything, but I understand. And, you know, you want to go out there and you want to be in that, that's okay. But know that there are other things that are counting on you being there for whatever their diabolical plan may be. So, you know, take it or leave it. You know, you trust your own soul always. I'm good with watching it on a live feed, to really be honest, because there's something to do with this particular comet, because it has two volcanoes that look like horns. They're volcanoes. They're not horns. They're volcanoes, and they're concerned that it will erupt. And if it erupts, that could create an atmospheric, well, 3 days of what they talk about, the 3 days of darkness, right? And now how I've read about the 3 days of darkness and how I understand it would be like volcanic eruptions for the sun to be blackened. It would take a level of volcanic eruption. Maybe other people understand differently, and that's okay. You know what I mean? But that's just how I understood it, like for a long, 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 long time. Um, and that would be a concern if those two volcanoes that they call horns would erupt. So that is some of their concern. That's why they're trying to divert it. They've put it in, sort of the news, if you will, that they've been trying to divert it because they're concerned about it as well. So I just was curious, because we've been hearing a lot about the three people, children of the Most High God have been getting messages about the warning of the 3 days of darkness. And I'm like, and I'm not saying, please make no mistake, Inky is not the Most High God. I'm just saying that I wonder if Inky is also communicating with them as well, because Inky loved humanity so much. All right, he favored us. We were so loved and coveted by Inky. Does this sound familiar? So when you start doing the research on which God they're talking about and which Lord they're talking about, well, like Anubis would be considered like a lord, probably Set too. But Anubis is about balance and fairness, just like Ma'at. This is a universal justice. It's bigger than us. So I don't know. That's all I really wanted to, yammer on about at the moment, because I was just clearly getting more messages about Inky, and I like to just document this stuff as it unfolds, because we're so much closer to this time of Passover, and it is written in Hebrews about what Passover is, and that is wormwood, hence Nibiru, passing over in front of our light, which is that solar boat up there that comes from the Orion group, okay? An Orion group ain't a good group. So I just found that this was, because I'm always praying, I'm always asking for guidance and show me the truth, please. I'd like to see please show me the truth over this illusion. And I get shown because I'm open to it. So, and then I share it with you all because you all are seeking the truth too. And we're pieces of a huge puzzle, you know what I mean? Hey, everybody. We're flipping. Spiral Rider. We're literally flipping. That's the I am the Alpha, I am the Omega, the horseshoe, the frequency, the magnetic energy. Yeah, we're flipping. I'm reading what you guys are saying. It's so difficult. Well, it's a lot of faith, man. It's a lot of. I feel this energy like physically hurts my body, like significantly. We're also being hit with the stuff in this world, if you know what I'm saying. I have to kind of talk around it because of this ridiculous platform. Hitting us in hardcore with that too, because it's a battle of energy to keep us suppressed so that we don't wake up, because we're truly the threat. We really are. They gave us, honestly, 13 strands, which they're made of, I forget how many they're made. Basically, they made us more advanced than them. Long and short of it, they made us more advanced than them. So that they're nervous about that, and that's the whole suppression. We've come very close before, hence the deluge. That's why Enlil wanted to wipe us out. And I think now we're even at a closer level than we were before the deluge. Or we're repeating the deluge all over again because we keep being recycled and and there's just now there's more, like, I mean, because I've been here quite a few decades, and I've never seen the levels of healing tools, attunement, sounds, tones, frequencies that are available now than 70s, 80s, 90s, and even the early 2000s, even after 2010. Now there's more available to tune into, to connect to the sounds, tones, and frequencies, understanding what the Schumann is, understanding that we are vibration. Like they don't teach you that in school. They don't teach you that you're a vibration. They don't teach you like, hey, you want to be in a higher vibration, you're gonna do this. You know, they didn't teach us that. This has all been like, whoo. It's like, we're gonna send you in this world, and you can't have directions. You got to seek out your own directions. It's like someone just ripped us off with the directions. So it's a figuring out and feeling it out as we go. And we're all a piece of this, I think, amazing puzzle. No, I'm not. It's no fear at all. It's weird. It's a weird concept. It's a weird story in this place, and it's weird. Oh, yes, yes, yes. It does, and it's gonna hurt, and it is, unfortunately. It's gonna hurt because we're gonna feel like we're cut off, and we're not, though. Okay, we're never cut off. This is that energy, and an eclipse energy. Okay, because we're not just having this eclipse. Okay, please understand that. The eighth is not, we're having 3 eclipses before this one. Most don't even realize that our sun is being eclipsed. We're going through another 3rd eclipse right now, and that hurts. And it will remove things out of your life. It'll bring up feelings, emotions, things for you to look at, things for you to deal with, things that you don't want to subscribe to anymore, people you don't want to be around. It's big. It's a severing. An eclipse is an eclipsing out and eclipsing into something significant, profound, on a physical, mental, emotional, spiritual level. And it will feel, and it can feel like we are truly cut off, and we're not. And that's important to remember, that you're never disconnected, ever, unless you choose to be, and even still, you're still not disconnected. So hang tight, and just keep trying to, keep raising your vibration the best that you can, because there's a battle of energies, man, and it's ugly. It's ugly. It's heavy. That's why, like, they're doing everything with trying to block the light. If you've noticed, like, I've been here a few decades. Never in my life have I ever seen so many crappy skies. So that means they're trying to block off the Most High. They're trying to block off our connection with the sun, because that activates our eye of Horus. Because we are the eye of Horus. We are the eye of Ra. Okay, and in this world, it has been weirdly, somehow, I don't know how to explain it, but separated. And this is the joining of the eye of Horus and the eye of Ra, which is an activation of our pineal gland, because everything we're talking about is really us, truly us. So just keep that in mind, and just keep doing the best you can to keep your vibration up. Because they're doing everything to try to block, cut off, battle, and all kinds of stuff, you know what I mean? Well, you're your own love. Do you know what I mean? You gotta be your own love. I don't say that lightly. Please know that. Please know I don't say that lightly. It took me a long time to understand that you have to be your own love. You have to be, and I'm not talking like shallow, narcissistic, like, you gotta love you more than ever now, because when you love you, that's how you show people, how to love you, and not be around people who don't know how to love you and value you and appreciate you. And this world is always, for me, I've noticed, been about guilt, shame, remorse, feeling bad, feeling less than, and we're not. We're not. You know what I mean? We're not less than. And this world really works on that. These outside things, if you will. And if it's all an inside job, and it's overcoming those spiritual battles. And if you're getting a lot of negative thoughts, know that that's not you. If you want to think it's you, that, clearly you do that, but this is that energy, okay? Because it's a supernatural battle that's going down. Energy, supernatural. It is never destroyed. It's always shifting. It's always changing. It's always moving. It's always regenerating, right? Solid, liquid, gas. Solid, liquid, gas. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I hope that really helps. Because I'm going through it with you. This is why I do these videos, because I know I'm not alone, and I like to connect to others that are going through crap too, because it helps you know that you're not alone. It helps me know that I'm not alone, and when we know that we're not alone, we help rise each other's frequency. That's how I look at things. That's how I feel about things. Because this world really wants you to feel like you're fucking alone, and we're not. We're all connected. It's like, you know, we're the sun, right? And then with these little particle beams that get separated, that's why, like, if when you take a picture, you can actually see the beams with those beams of light, but we're really all connected, but we look like we're separated. And that's that whole, you know, checkerboard thing, strategic checkerboard of chess. They pinned all of us against each other, not realizing, you know, our souls are connected to love and divinity and you know, other experiences. This place wants you to feel like this is it. This is all you got. It's about material crap. And when you're done, you're done. Enlil did that. Enlil did that. Enlil shortened our lifespan. He altered our DNA. So, and that's a fact. You can look that up. That's why I share what I find with the Sumerians, because this is who we're really dealing with in the Dracos. Okay, so, and many others too, but the primaries, that's the primaries, or else Nibiru wouldn't be here. It is here. And that was the day of the crucifixion, was Nibiru was in front of the sun. And that's where the RNA, Ra. Ra would be the RNA that we have in us to procreate. I mean, I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, okay, you know, give me another scenario so that I can identify. But that's how I'm understanding it, you know. Yes. I'm reading what you're saying, Faith. Enoch, yes. Enoch, you know, as well. It's like, these books, right, were kind of split off like the Sumerians, okay? It really comes from one big book, but they took sections of it and like, hey, we're going to make a book over here, and hey, we're going to throw a book over there, we're going to throw a book over there, and throw a book over there. And this world has separated this one huge book that has all this great ancient knowledge that is us. And some people only get a piece of that instead of looking into the other books. That's why, you know, you're called, you know, I feel most of you are called to research and look more into the books, and you're called to the, like, the Emerald Tablets. You identify with Atlantis, you identify with Lemuria, you identify with, you know, more the galactic stuff, than what they kind of sell you here, you know. I don't know if that makes sense, but the Emerald Tablets are very activating. Well, they were for me. They were for me. Like, they're very familiar. Like, very, very familiar. And I don't feel it was that long ago that we were in Atlantis. Not at all. I don't think so at all. But because they can alter time, they can change time. And that's why I showed those pictures I did. Those were scepters. Those are the CERN scepters that they're using, that they found in the ocean from Atlantis. Oh, the synchronicities are off the chart. I know, that's why I love watching. Oh, did you? I've been in school, so I haven't watched anything. I just wanted to jump on real quick. And I'm cooking my lunch, so I am going to end this abruptly because I need to eat before I get back to class. I just wanted to pop in and say hey, and I will come back on in a few hours. And I actually want to do a reading. I want to connect into the frequencies here and see what comes out and go from there. Hope everyone has a beautiful afternoon, and I will catch you on the flip side. Peace. Thank you guys for being here and saying hey. I appreciate it. Peace out.